From the lighter side of pest control, this is the Tales from the Crawlspace podcast.
And welcome to the Tales from the Crawlspace podcast. I'm Dani, joined by Jack.
Hello.
And Brad. On today's
Hello.
episode of NPR, we were just fucking with y'all. It's Tales from the Crawlspace, all the way up in wherever the fuck you're at today. Are you in Virginia right now, Jack?
I am in Pennsylvania.
You're in Pennsylvania.
My boy had an awesome performance at his School for the Arts yesterday evening, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. He did fantastic, so I was up here for that, and I'll be here for the weekend. And they're going to celebrate my birthday a week early, because my birthday's next Friday, but celebrate my birthday a week early this weekend with my boy.
And how old are you? How old are you going to be turning?
52.
52.
Wow.
Yep.
Fucking old.
I'm surrounded by children.
I've got great
Speaking
hair.
of old, Brad Harvey, where are you broadcasting from tonight, sir?
As usual, I'm broadcasting from Cheesebag Studios in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana.
In the fucking Apples.
All right. Well, tonight, you guys, I thought we would talk about ourselves. We are going to go deep in all of our crawl spaces tonight. Share about our innermost, deepest parts of our crawl space. All right past Fluffy, who went down in the crawl space and died 2 months ago, and he's just starting to smell. Didn't know he was down there. We're going that deep tonight.
So deep you can't see the entrance anymore.
Right next to that beer can that you can sell to somebody in the pest control magazine who collects beer cans and the weirdo place it at.
Oh, the pull taps Schlitz can.
Yeah.
The only ones I ever find in crawl spaces are creased in the half in the middle and have little holes poked into one side.
Hey, man.
and then it takes me a few minutes to remember, oh yeah, I left this here at the last service.
All right. Well, I was thinking we can go ahead. I know we've kind of talked about ourselves in the past, and so I want to hear from both of y'all. I want to go ahead and start out with Jack, being the original host of this show. Jack, where'd you start in pest control? How'd you get into it? Just a brief kind of history, and then we're going to go into hobbies and stuff like that.
All right. Long time ago, in a land far, far away, I was doing construction inspection. I was actually head of quality control for both the terminal expansions at Dulles International Airport and National Airport right outside of D.C. And the market got so flooded that they started not paying people worth of crap anymore. So I started looking in the papers, not the internet, but the paper for jobs, and I saw an ad that just said must have construction inspection and didn't really explain what the job was, but I said, what the hell? So I sent my resume in anyways. I got a call back from Schmerlich Pest Control, and the guy sat me down and was showing me pictures of different types of foundations, and I was just rattling them off. That's a supported slab, that's a floating slab, and that's a monolithic slab. He goes, well, you really need to know how houses are built in order to treat for termites properly. So I started with Schmerlich 26 years ago as a termite guy. And before Termidor even existed, we were using Premise at the time. And before Premise was off patent and when it was the only imidacloprid on the market. I had a beautiful rig. It was a Chevy 3100. I had two 100-gallon tanks, a Honda 5.5, and an electric motor in case I ran out of gas or the motor crapped out. I could flip two valves, plug the damn thing in, and finish the job. And the one thing I've seen and why I hate B&G termite equipment, because the damn brass couplings are so soft. They made like their termite long rods out of iron piping with a ball valve on the handle. You could jump up and down on that damn thing and it wouldn't bend. So, but that was awesome. And I think there was a company, American Manufacturing, that made them for a while, but I haven't seen them on the market for a long time. But yeah, they handmade all of their tools aside from the B&G sub-slab injector that we actually use that. That was cool. But for like wall voids and stuff and doing soil rodding, that was all handmade stuff out of the Schmerlich main office in Pennsylvania. But that's how I got my start, long time ago, when Jesus was a baby and Moses was practicing on baby pools.
Very good.
And I think I put Danny to sleep.
Yeah, wake up, Danny. No, Danny's taking a rip.
Zone out a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Brad Harvey. I already know the ins and outs of you, but for the audience.
Right.
Can you share what's deep in your crawl space and tell us,
especially the ends?
And the ends, okay. Let me grab my poppers real quick because we're going deep.
Oh yeah, we are.
It was a blustery October morn in 1964. The screams from St. Vincent's Hospital were piercing and hideous as my mother tried desperately to have me removed. On 10/30, 1964, at 10:30 a.m., a 10.30 pound baby came into this world.
God.
I feel sorry for your mom. Good God.
Breach.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, it does not. I came out ass first, and I've been living my life that way ever since. All right. Okay, fast forward to 3 days later, I was circumcised, and I went down to 5.3 pounds. Okay. Then then let's jump ahead 27 years to 1992.
This is the weirdest fucking movie I've ever seen.
By that time, the fates had me reproduce. I had a daughter. Her last diaper was loaded. The smell was horrendous. All I had left was a piece of burlap and a frustrated wife because there was no money for diapers. And then, out of the blue, the phone rang. It was my sister-in-law's husband, who has a half-brother who works at the Big Green Tea. Said, "Hey, I know Brad's a deadbeat piece of shit. Why don't let's get him a real job?" So I went and interviewed for it. And then after the interview, I took my drug test. Then I quit smoking pot. but through the grace of God, I passed that drug test on my daughter's first birthday. I got the call on my daughter's first birthday party.
Oh.
It was a beautiful thing. And, so I was able to get a job. I got some money. That kid finally got in some diapers. She eventually learned to quit shitting herself. And I fell in love with the job. I took it because I needed it. But now, I stayed in it for 30 years because I wanted to. It's, pest control is like that really ugly fat person that you just don't know why, but you just got to screw. And, the lights come on and you're just like, all right, let's go. And, it's been that way ever since. And, pest control has been very, very good to me. 31 years later, here I am. I got a paid off house. I'm living a good life. And it looks like we lost, who'd we lose, Danny?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I just saw you mute. But anyway, long story short, too damn late. That's how I got in the business. I've been a technician. Now I was a technician. I have the experience in sales and administrative. I'm now a branch manager at a family-owned company that treats me pretty damn good. And that's where I'm at now.
But unlike his daughter, Brad hasn't learned to stop shitting himself yet.
That's right.
Well,
I did for a brief while, and as Danny said, I'm old now, so farts can no longer be trusted.
No.
Especially when you're sick. I've had a cold. It's actually turned into bronchitis, and yeah, it's a roll of the dice every time I cough.
Is it a snort or is it a snit?
It's a I don't know what it's called. I guess it's cough shit. I don't know. It's either way. It's not good.
So you got bronchitis?
Yeah, I got bronchitis, and ain't nobody got time for that. You're into Sweet Brown, aren't you, buddy?
Nah. Well,
Yeah.
well,
Going downtown with the Brown.
I thought somebody was having a barbecue.
What the fuck?
I woke up to get me a cold pop. Damn.
Someone's gonna shoot us.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? Sometimes it's worth the lead.
Yeah, it won't be the first time.
Hell no. Okay, that's my story. Danny, you're up.
so right now I am sipping on some water out of my PCHD glove up your cheese bags coffee mug. Thank you, Brad.
Nice.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
And I also got the magnet through the mail today too. Want to thank you for that as well.
All right.
From cheese bag studio, or what was it? Cheese bag control. What'd you put on there?
Cheesebag Studios.
Yeah, I think that's what you did. It was cheese bag studios. I got to sit in my truck. But yeah, so to go over me, I got into pest control, trying to find a good job, trying to find something kind of stable. I had moved up here to the Clemson area, down from the Columbia area with a girl, and I was just trying to find something that I could make a career out of that would pay decent. So February of 2019, I started working at the company, worked there for about a year and a half, got tired of their shit. Little family-owned company that just screwed over people, did not pay right, definitely underpaid, and would tell us to do jobs incorrectly, dangerously. I didn't even carry around a license or worked under anybody's license. So yeah, I was doing that type of thing, and I left that industry for a little bit, and I came back in October. I just decided, you know what, I'm going to go back. I'm going to work with another company that I had a couple old coworkers work with, and I came into it. Really liked it. Really liked being back in this industry. I like the freedom, like the amount of money I make, and like working Monday through Friday, most part.
The same day we decided to resurrect Tales from the Crawlspace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like it was meant to be. Because Jack and I were gonna try to wing it without Danny, and then at the 11th hour, I get a message from Jack saying Danny's in, and we were like, all right. So
I'm like, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, we're getting the band back together.
now, Danny, you have to admit that, you know, your experience with the shithole pest control company you were with did lead to some lovely customer interactions, because we should never forget federally funded titties.
We will never forget federally funded titties. I was actually thinking about another pair of titties. Or no, I only saw one singular titty. A top.
Better than no titties.
Not tatas. I just saw a top. As this woman opened up her window at the motel, or the blinds, to see who was there, and her just very wrinkly meth head titty popped out. You know, I always like looking at some good titties, but that wasn't really the greatest thing to look at.
I tell you, good titties or bad titties is better than no titties.
I don't know. I would rather go with a flat chested, something like that.
Y'all remember the blue collar comedy tour, and Ron White was like, "This old biker lady come up to me and she said, 'You want to see my titties?' And they're all the way down to her knees." And I was like, "Yep, I do." She took them off, and they unrolled, and she had to roll them back up like a cigarette and lick them to stick them back in her bra, and a big old smile on his face.
My gosh.
So I tell you, titties are titties. And I mean, the prettier the better, but titties are titties.
Titties are titties. That's absolutely true. And it's like pizza. Even the worst pizza you ever had wasn't bad.
Whether they're screaming at the sky or pointing at your shoes, there's titty for me, titty for you.
Well, I guess I'm the odd person out here, because I've had some really shitty pizza, and it was not worth it. I couldn't even get through it. And I've seen some really bad titties before. Didn't really want to see them. Wasn't worth it to me.
Well, Danny, that's because you're young. Once you've got enough rings around your trunk like Jack and I do,
You lower your standards.
You do. No, you broaden them. You broaden your standards. They are not lowered. They are broadened. You go from having being a restaurant that has a COVID menu to one of those Greek pancake houses with like 500 fucking items on it.
And you realize they ain't all gonna be perky, so you might as well enjoy them while you can.
Yeah, and also you also got to take into consideration that we're let's face it, we're not as perky as we used to be either.
Fuck no.
I mean, let's be honest here.
Brad, you're still as just perky as the day I met you.
Danny, you always know the right thing to say.
I'm gonna make a great, I guess, partner with somebody. Can't really say husband. Make a great wife for somebody someday.
Who, me?
The right thing to say.
Yeah, Let's just say I know how to cook, and I know how to cook.
Make a great receptacle.
Make a great receptacle. That's such a sweet way to say dumpster, Jack.
Well, I tell you, receptacle fire doesn't have quite the ring that dumpster fire does. So there is a differentiation there.
It'd be receptacle conflagration.
Okay. You broke Danny for a minute there.
Oh, man. It sounded like some liquid shot out of your nose.
No, it's like some smoke came out of my nose.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Cheesebag Studios this evening is brought to you by Makers 101. The 50.5% alcohol. As most of the things that I do choose to drink during Tales from the Crawlspace, it will get you where you're going. But this one does it in high fashion. This stuff is buttery. It's just got, I don't like a sweet bourbon, but it's just got that touch of sweetness that goes along with everything else. It pairs great with salted caramels and a good podcast.
Nice. Very nice. I never was much of a brown liquor person. Mm-hmm. I used to drink scotch when I was young, but I don't know if it's the tannins in it or what that turns my stomach now. I wish I could enjoy a nice bourbon, but it just didn't sit well with me.
See, I was never a big scotch fan because there's something about scotch. I think it's the peatiness. It just reminds me of like I'm sucking on a Band-Aid.
I can see that.
Yeah, and then my boss is a big Scotch nut. Every Christmas he gets a bottle from the Bradster, and but I've just never been into it.
You get him Johnny Walker Black Label?
No, I get him some high stuff. I got him a 16-year-old Lagavulin one year, and he really liked that. He likes the peaty, smoky stuff. Other ones that I can't pronounce because I'm not fucking Scottish. But I try to go for the stuff that's good.
You gotta pronounce it.
Yeah, basically, I go to the package store and the guy's like, "What are you looking for?" I said, "Buying my boss some scotch." He goes, "Well, how big of a raise do you want next year?" I was like, "Okay." And then he tells me what I need to get him.
Nice. It'll work for me. At least I get some free shit out of it.
Hey, I try to be as nice as others are nice to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
What are you drinking on tonight, Jack?
I am enjoying a bottle of established in 1873 Deer Park natural spring water.
Ooh, nice. Mm-hmm. Straight from the source.
It has that lovely dinosaur urine notes to it because you got to figure for every drop of water you drink, at least a few molecules of it has passed through the urinary tract of a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's right.
So enjoy it.
Well, if you're there, it's probably passed through the urinary tract of a hillbilly too. So. Oh
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But when it comes to imbibing, I'm a beer person. If you can't tell by the way I look, if you see pictures of me, but I do enjoy Irish beers more than anything, and I love a good black. I love a good black and tan.
Black and tan.
I on a constant search for Kilkenny Irish Ale, which I think there's only 2 or 3 places in the state of Virginia that actually have it. One's close to me, which is a good thing, but it's hard to keep in stock. Kilkenny is like sex in a glass. It is so good. I get a chub every time I drink it.
Hey, you're spending the weekend in Yingling country. What's your take on Yingling? You don't like it?
It's okay. It has a little bit of a sour note to it. See, I love trying beers like some people like trying cheese and wine. I like all different. Try them all, but Yingling's got a little bit of a sour note to it that just doesn't sit well with me. And it's okay in a pinch. And I tell you, my first favorite kind of beer is free. Yeah. And the main rule is that you cannot complain about the brand, but you can complain about the temperature. So. Good point. As long as it's cold, I ain't got shit to say if someone's going to hand me a beer if I ain't paying for it. But you won't catch me going out of my way to buy Yingling.
I'm a big Yingling. That's what that was my first beer ever was a Yingling, and I'm a big fan of it. You talking about black and tan? My buddy actually got me a black and tan smelling candle for Christmas.
Ooh,
directly from Yingling, and I was like. I smelled it.
Wow.
It smells like that's how black and tan smells and tastes.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Nice malty scent to it.
Yeah. And that's what I like about the black and tan. It's very kind of malty. It's a little heavy, but it's not overly heavy like a Guinness is going to be. It's not going to weigh you down by drinking it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I didn't care about Yingling of late is that they've gotten a bit gimmicky. One of my guys brought in a Yingling Hershey's porter that was had Hershey's chocolate in it, and I took a sip of it and I thought this is really neat. And then after the second or third drink, I wasn't a big fan. And it's just stick to what you're good at. You got a really good lager. I love the Oktoberfest. That's about it.
See, I'm a big fan of the that one right there. Now, I will say the best way to enjoy it is either from draft or you have to pour it into a glass. Because that really kind of opens up the flavor of it. And it's really good to have a good thick head on it to enjoy it.
Everybody loves good head.
Everybody does love good. There's nothing wrong with good head.
No.
Well, I will say, I mean, Hershey's, I can look at Hershey Park if I turn around behind me and look out the sliding doors of this apartment. But Hershey Chocolate Porter, people go nuts for that shit around here when it comes out. And everybody advertises, we have Hershey Chocolate Porter. If I'm going to go for something that has a chocolatey taste to it, I'll go for the Brooklyn Chocolate Stout before I go for Hershey Chocolate Porter. That's actually not bad. It's more of a dark chocolate note to it, which is a little bit bitter. But when it comes to beer and stuff, I cannot stand an IPA. I know that a lot of millennials because it's trendy. And IPA drinkers with beards and flannel, if you don't know how to start a chainsaw, you need to take the fucking flannel off. And B, if you're going to wear work boots, there better be some fucking dirt on them. Because if not, you can take your skinny jeans, look like you're smuggling tiny produce, have an ass, and go back to your fucking Zima or seltzer. Because that's all seltzer is fucking Zima. And we all know what kind of people drink Zima.
Oh, yeah. Get the fuck out of here with that, Declan.
Yeah, but no, I'm a lager stout. I do love Smithwick's, Smithwick's, if you want to pronounce, spell it how it's say it, how it's Smithwick's. I do love a good Smithwick's. What is it? Newcastle Brown is good. Bass Harp, stuff like that. But you keep the IPAs. It's like drinking a pine tree. It's nasty shit.
Oh, it is.
Trying to open up to those. Going with a hazy, I found is the best way to kind of get into IPAs because they're not too. It's not too much of that flavor of the piney taste to it.
Now,
the one thing I've been liking a little bit is sours.
See, I can't.
That brings up bad memories of Yingling to me. Like I said, it's got a little bit of a sour note. I can't wrap my taste.
Yeah, I can't figure, Jack. I can't figure out what you're finding sour in Yingling. I think you might have just got some funky bottles or something. because I don't get a sour note out of that. And I'm now granted, my palate may not be as highly refined as yours because I have singed my taste buds with bourbon for several years.
Yeah,
but I'm not I've just never noticed the sour thing. When I got a I don't drink beer all that often, but when I got a hankering for one, I love a good just plain old Yingling lager.
No, and like I say, if it's ice cold, I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's anything but ice cold, it starts to degrade quickly in flavor notes.
Yeah,
but
that
shit has to be hurt your hand cold.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I've given up on trying to change people's mind on what they like to drink a long time ago. But knowing the logic behind someone's take on something, it's always nice to hear.
Yeah, and like I said, if someone hands one to me and it's cold, I'm not going to say no. I'll enjoy it. I'll thank them for it, and I'll finish the goddamn beer. That's no problem. But I'm not. It's not my first choice when I go to the store.
Right.
Now, I got to say, being a Southern boy, which I know people down south go, Virginia's not Southern. Bullshit, motherfucker. We were the home of the Confederacy for a while, so you can kiss my ass. If I'm going to pound them, Bud Light. Stereotypical Bud Light if I'm going to pound them. But if I want to, I'll go. I love a milk stout. Milk stouts are so good.
Milk stout is good.
Yeah. But yeah. And I'm up for trying new beers. Just I will pour an IPA on the floor if you hand it to me. That's the one free beer I will not partake in.
Yeah, I won't drink an IPA if somebody. I'll be like, no, I'm good. Speaking of different types of beers, I recently had Wicked Weed's. What was their milk and cookies? Imperial stout they had. It was like a milk and raisin cookie type thing, oatmeal raisin cookie, and it was actually pretty decent. I don't really like Imperial stouts that much; they're usually really harsh on me. But I had that, and I was like, yeah, no, this tastes like milk and cookies. That and
I could see how that would work, though. I could definitely see how that would work.
Edmund's Oast. They have I think it's called cereal for dinner or cereal for supper beer, and it almost tastes like Fruit Loops.
Oh shit!
It's so fucking good.
That's like that Jones soda stuff when they had like the turkey and mashed potatoes in a bottle of soda.
No. But with these type of beers, I mean, it's not gimmicky. It like legit. It's like this is like drinking a beer that is Fruit Loops. It's odd, but it tastes really fucking good.
It's like vaping, because I quit smoking. I quit smoking about 10 or so years ago, and then when I decided I tried Channix. Don't get me started on that, and I decided to try the e-cigarettes, and everybody said, well, what flavor do you like? I said, you got one that tastes like a Marlboro. And they're like, well, we've got grape, we've got banana, I said, listen, if I want to taste a fucking banana, I'll eat a banana. And I was like, give me something that tastes like a Marlboro. And it's like, well, I don't know if we have one. It's like, you guys got to be shitting me.
I know Juuls, which they banned now, had standard American tobacco flavor.
That one was not bad.
No, not at all.
No. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Danny, I give up on changing people's mind, but sometimes just drinking something like that is beer that tastes like Fruit Loops. I want my beer to taste like beer.
Well, I mean, we've been flavoring beer since it was created as like humankind. We've been flavoring beer with different spices and all of that.
Sure we have, but we've a lot of it you get programmed into the expectation of it tasting like something. Even IPA remotely tastes like a beer.
If you drink something
remotely,
like that, it still does taste like a beer, at least to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'd rather have that than, and there's nothing wrong with bourbon. Like I enjoy bourbon sometimes, but to me it tastes more like rubbing alcohol and some caramel flavoring in it, and maybe some brown sugar in it.
I think that's the shit. Joke's on you. I'm into that shit.
And now, don't get me wrong. I love drinking Yingling. I drink PBR, which is just bottom of the barrel cheap ass fucking beer, but it's fucking light as hell, and you drink 10 or 20 of them, you're going to be feeling pretty good.
Oh, you haven't had Old Style then, that's for sure.
Oh, God, Old Style. Old Style, Old Milwaukee, anything with the word old in it, It's like that was what I cut my teeth on because it was cheap.
I have not had. I know a place that sells it. Quick Trips usually sell it, so I've wanted to try it to see what it's like.
It's rough. Well, what you do is you get a 6-pack of something good and you pound that, and then you get the $4 30-pack of old style, and you can get hammered for the rest of the night. Because after the first 6, you're not going to taste them anyways.
Yeah, Jack, I know you're old enough to remember back in the day when we were so poor that when somebody pulled out a 6-pack of Budweiser, they were springing the gourmet shit on you.
Oh my God! Holy shit, Budweiser!
All right,
I was used to a Milwaukee's Beast.
Yep.
See, but I can drink 6 beers and I'm already pretty gone. So
yeah. Oh, I don't think I could do 6 beers. Beer hits different with me. I don't know what it is, but I could put 3 beers down, I could put three good sized fingered glasses of bourbon down, and not be as lit up as I would after I drank 3 beers.
Oh, in my heyday, I'd go to the local bar and I'd pull up the Touch Tunes app, start playing music on the jukebox, and I'd go through 3 pitchers before I got a buzz. And it'd take me that to get a buzz, and my tolerance is still up there, but I haven't been testing it just because I don't see. I actually get kind of hungover now. I used to never get hungover no matter what I did, but now I'll wake up and go, that kind of sucks.
Oh yeah. See, I'm different. I used to have seriously gnarly hangovers, but I can drink my ass off now, and I'll wake up in the morning feeling fine. And in fact, I'll start sobering up pretty quick too. Maybe my liver's shutting down. I don't know. But yeah.
I cannot drink a whole bunch without getting a hangover. I have to plan it out. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop drinking at this time. I drink a glass of water after every beer, after every shot. And then I have to let my buzz wear off before I go to sleep, pop some Advil, wake up, pop more Advil, and then I may be okay.
Yeah, I get a bigger hangover over a block of lasagna than I do drinking bourbon or whatever.
Carb hangover.
Yeah. And it's just fuck me. I wake up, it's oh shit, what the hell did I do that for?
Oh, when I went to Myrtle Beach last summer, I found that I had a glitch that worked in my favor. I'd get up, have some breakfast, go day drink at the Margaritaville and have 4 or 5 pina coladas. Then I'd go back to the room and take a nap for a while. And then I'd go to Senior Frogs at Broadway at the beach and start drinking beer. And for some reason, after those pina coladas and that nap, my body no longer recognized alcohol. Because I could just sit and pound them all night long, not even remotely feel buzz, and get up the next morning feeling like $1 million and go hit Margaritaville again. It was fucking fantastic.
All right.
That was a glitch. I was like, I'm working this shit, man.
A glitch in the matrix. Very cool. Hey, okay, yeah. Okay, so we've all established we kind of like to drink.
Yeah, well, it can't be in this industry and not.
You're damn right. You are damn right.
Being an adult is hard not to.
It is. Adulting's a bitch, ain't it?
Now I understand. Well, there's so many jokes about parents being alcoholics or smoking pot or something like that when they're taking care of kids. I'm like, yeah, or just living life. I'm like, I completely fucking get it.
Yeah, I remember my daughter was she was probably about 3 or 4 years old, and she was farting around in our bedroom, and I snapped a picture of her, and I showed it to her because it was the cutest picture because she was giving this little snarl look on her face, and she had just gotten out of the tub. She was wearing a t-shirt, and I showed it to my mom. My mom said, I was like, Mom, check this picture out. She's like, oh. I said, isn't that the cutest thing you ever saw? And she looks at it. She goes, points at the dresser, a picture of the dresser. What's that? There's a pack of zigzags on there. And she goes, well, what's that? I was like, what can I say, Mom? I'm a parent.
But all right, so Danny, I'm going to turn the tables on you. What do you do to pass the time? What's your hobby? What's your thing?
Oh, do I want to sound really depressing? Smoking weed and playing video games, watching TV. Been watching a lot of House recently.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh, House is awesome.
House.
Hugh Laurie. Yeah.
Love that show.
He's amazing in that show. I did not realize how good the fucking show was. I watched it, a little bit when it was coming out, but I was, I'm not trying to make y'all feel old, but I was a lot younger when that show came out. And now I'm watching an adult and getting to see different meanings with it and everything.
Where are you getting it from?
Watching it on Peacock.
Peacock. Okay.
Yeah, it's like $4.99 a month.
Yeah. For the Peacock. Yeah. That's one. That's definitely one I could watch again. House was good. Bones was good. Bones kind of jumped the shark towards the end. It was like, Jack, you remember Fantasy Island?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fantasy Island. The first few seasons of that, it was kind of cool. It seemed real. Like attainable, like, something that could actually happen. But then towards the end, it's like Mr. Rourke was getting all these weird ass supernatural powers, and it just got ridiculous. I started feeling that way a little bit with Bones for some reason, not supernatural or anything like that, but it just seemed, I feel like we got too much into the lives of Dr. Brennan and Booth. And it's just it just kind of turned me off.
Well, let me interject something here for the millennials that are out there killing bugs while they're listening to us. We're talking about the Fantasy Island from the 80s that had Hervé Villachez as the plane, that show.
Yes, boss.
And when we say jump the shark, it's a reference to a Happy Days episode where Fonzie, on a set of water skis while wearing his black leather jacket, jumped over a shark on water skis. And that's when Happy Days kind of lost its credibility as a good time, good feeling family type of humorous show when you get a guy in a leather jacket on water skis jumping over a shark. So that's where the jump the shark reference comes from. Exactly.
And also, if you want to have another spin at it, look at a shark's fin. It's kind of like a graph. The peak and then the downward trend. Once you've gotten over that top part of the fin, you have jumped the shark.
Yes, you certainly have jumped the shark. That's for sure.
Well, speaking of what were we saying, Brad?
I forget.
Well, I was going to mention about shows that jump the shark, and there's a new series that they're doing, that 90s show. Have y'all seen the clips for that?
I have.
I have not.
I actually may watch it just for the fact of everybody they've had come back on there. It doesn't look terrible.
Huh. That 90s show. It might be worth watching.
If Kirkwood Smith was as good as he was in that 70s show, yeah, I could give it a watch.
Watching the clips of him in it, it's been pretty good. There's like a scene where they find out that his granddaughter, which is Eric and Donna's daughter, is like hanging out with Kelso's son.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds out that, that's Kelso's son. He's like, are you kidding me? There's another one.
Nice. I don't like bragging on. Speaking, we're talking about Kurtwood Smith. I don't like bragging on my own memes, but a while back I made a meme. It was a picture of Kurtwood Smith when he portrayed the president of the Galactic Federation or whatever in a Star Trek movie, and the meme said, "Bring me Kirk. I want to find out how easy it is for him to break Federation treaties when I break my foot off in his ass."
but wasn't he the bad guy that got a robotic foot put in his ass onto the original RoboCop?
Yes. Yeah, I believe he was. Yes,
yes, he was.
Yeah. See,
have y'all ever seen the remake of that movie,
RoboCop?
There's a remake of the movie that somebody did, and it's not the reboot they did of it.
Right? It's Colin Farrell, right?
No. So this is what they did was they got a bunch of like film majors and stuff like that, and they said, "Hey, you take this scene, and you take this scene, and you take this scene, and you do that scene, but you do it in your own style." So the scene where what's his name, the RoboCop, what's his actual name?
Oh my God,
shit.
What's his name?
I don't fucking remember.
What's his face? It's what's his face. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yes. Welcome, and let's give a hearty welcome to the fourth host of Tales from the Crawlspace, Google.
Yeah. Google is here.
But
Paul McCrane.
No.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
That's the actor.
Okay. That works. Whatever.
What's this? I think. Anyways, the scene where he gets shot up, and everything like that, in this remake of the movie, it's an interpretive dance. So it's like there's people in like the black suits and everything, and they're taking like these silk, I guess, or kind of like handkerchief type stuff of him getting shot, and it's red, so it's just making it seem like gunshots are coming from him and everything. And he's just doing all this stuff like he's doing a dance, and they don't actually have any guns. They're like pretending to shoot at him and everything.
So you're saying there's RoboCop and interpretive dance in the same sentence. So that's the first sign of the apocalypse.
There's that. There's the scene where he shoots the rapist like in the dick, but like that one guy comes out and he shoots him, and then a whole bunch of other guys come out, and he's just shooting dicks off. There's just one guy coming up to him and keeps shooting their dicks off.
Now I want to see it.
No shit.
There's a scene where like all the men cops are all like in the office and everything, but it's a bunch of women with mustaches and they're all drinking milk. And it's just super fucking funny because they just completely rip in the movie. There are certain scenes that are CGI. There's certain scenes that are like animated and everything. But It's just like completely takes the movie off the rails. But it's like, it is RoboCop.
That's kind of, it sounds like it went off the rails, but just because he's going around shooting people in the dick, that kind of makes it.
Oh, it's so fucking funny.
Fucked up. All right, so Danny's a gamer and an herbal enjoyer.
Herbal enjoyer. I like going for hikes when I can. I go out and drink craft beer. I hang out with the cat that lives outside my apartment. Feed him. He's pretty cool. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really do too much. I'm kind of a boring person.
Yeah. How many hours do you work a week, Danny?
Oh, like 40 or right around, maybe a little bit over 40.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I'm at about 50, and it's kind of hard to find the energy to do much extracurricular stuff at least during the week. The things I like to do involve as we all know, bourbon. And homegrown tomatoes, smoked meats.
Oh,
and needless to say, anybody that knows me from Pest Control Humor Depot knows that I really enjoy my time spent on social media. And it's that's basically what I dig. Being in Indiana, being a native Hoosier, two of the things that really are a rite of passage, or is growing tomatoes and playing euchre. I suck at euchre, so I like to think I'm pretty good at growing tomatoes. And
I love growing tomatoes. Do you do the Epsom salt trick?
I don't do the Epsom salt tricks. There's a place out in Lawrenceburg, Indiana called Gardens Alive, and they have quite possibly the best organic slow release fertilizer out there. It's called Tomatoes Alive, and you put it on twice a year. Once when you're putting them in the ground, and once when they start setting fruit, and the results are incredible. It's mostly chicken shit, I think, and but it does a really good job, and gives you some really good tomatoes.
Do they ship it? Can they ship it?
Absolutely, they ship it.
I'm interested. You got to get me their website.
I'll send you the link. Not only will I send you the link, and you request a catalog. A lot of seasons, the front page of the catalog will have a 25% off coupon on it.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, it's really good. And as far as I enjoy my gardening in season. Last year we just started for the first year. My wife and I tried to grow tomatoes from seed, and we had limited success with it. We always back it up with going out to the garden center and buying some fucking plants just in case. But we ended up the season wasn't the best season, but we cheated it by producing volume. We opened up a couple new beds, and we're able to plant a lot more plants. So we got more tomatoes. Made a ton of salsa, made some spaghetti sauce, dried some, beautiful. Roasted some. We got tomatoes for days, and we figure about the time the tomatoes come in 2023, we will have eaten the last of what we've got stashed up.
Nice.
It's a Hoosier thing, and I really enjoy it. Nothing like going in on a Sunday afternoon and there's dirt underneath my fingernails. I'm soaked in sweat. I'm ready for a shower, and my garden looks great. And as for the smoked meats, hey, the sky's the limit. If
Hell yeah.
If it had hooves and fur on it at one time, it's hitting the pit boss.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do always is the true measure of a good smoker guy is a brisket. It's one of my favorite things to smoke because it gives you a good excuse to sit out on your deck and drink beer all fucking day.
Hell yeah.
Or bourbon in my case. And I got me a Pit Boss Pro Series 1100 about 5 years ago, and it's been great. Used to be a stick smoker, but then after I had my pellet grill for a while, I don't think I'll ever go back.
Nice. Yeah. Beautiful. I tell you, when it comes to grilling and smoking meats and growing tomatoes, I'm with you on that one. I'm a mortgage lifter and Cherokee purple person when it comes to growing tomatoes. I want to find some Polish linguiças because those are so fucking good.
I've got some different varieties that we're going to try. We've got one called a Korean long that we're going to try to grow this year. It's a paste type tomato, and it's supposed to be about 6 inches long, kind of thin. And so we're going to be growing those. Got a couple of other varieties from Mother Russia that we're going to try to give a spin on. And I'll Jack, you're a tomato guy. I'll keep you posted on how things are going.
Please do. That and before shit hit the fan and before the pandemic and crap, I had a nice garden. I'd do green beans and wax beans and cucumbers for pickling. And I came up before this shit hit the shelves in stores. I was doing fresh ground grated horseradish and doing horseradish dills.
Ooh.
And I'd put like a tablespoon. I'm sorry, a teaspoon of red pepper flake and do hot horseradish dills.
Uh-huh.
And I'd also do hot bread and butter. So you got that hot and sweet like you get with Chinese food. And they're actually really good. Yeah, fuck yes.
Yeah. So your new house, you think you're gonna have some space to maybe do some gardening out there?
I will. It's very rocky at the very top of the mountain, so they're going to be raised garden beds. And I'm going to have to find a way to protect them from the deer and the turkey and the bears.
Right.
Because there are overabundance of all three on top of the mountain, which is great for the freezer, but not good for the plants.
Right.
I'm trying to come up with a way to protect them. If I'm going to have like the table raised beds and build up like a frame about 4 foot above the beds and then put chicken wire down where I can latch it at the bottom so I can raise it up to get to the garden, but then roll it back down and close it up and still get it all the sunshine and rain it needs to keep the deer and the turkey away. If a bear wants it, he's going to get it no matter what he does.
Yeah, exactly.
But I've got plans to keep the bear away. But
good.
But I'm definitely going to get some gardens going for sure. I've got a lot of wood to split because that's one of the things I got going on. Because I'm trying to find my bliss again. Really,
sure.
After the shitty fucking 2 years I've had, I got to find my bliss.
Absolutely.
But I want to get my garden going. I'm going to be spending time putting my new house together. They just started doing the framing for the floor. They'd had the foundation walls up and the framers finally got up, they started working. So now things are really going to get moving because once you start going up, it goes quick.
Yeah.
So putting the house together the way I like it, getting the garden started. And I told my contractor when he cleared the lot to push all the trees off to the side because I'm going to have a fireplace you can see from both the bedroom and the living room.
Oh, nice.
So I want all that wood to split for next season. So I'm going to be up there splitting shitloads of wood.
Will I be able to see the fireplace from my guest room?
I was actually. It's only a 1 bedroom. It's just a little bit larger than a tiny house, which is by design. Because after all the bullshit I went through, I'm not looking to cohabitate with anybody. So there's no room for them. But I was going to get for like a guest house. You know, they make these Amish built sheds that have like a little porch on the front.
Yep.
And I was going to get one of those and finish it up on the inside in case friends wanted to come over and stay. If they want to get balls deep and do their thing, I don't have to hear it.
Oh, there you go.
And they can do their own thing.
And we don't, and they wouldn't have to hear you going balls deep either.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So I was considering doing that, but on top of that, I also got the lot across the street from my house, which is on the downslope of the mountain, looking east over the Shenandoah Valley, and I'm going to have that cleared out and put a fire pit and a little camping space for friends that want to come by and camp on the mountain and spend their nights looking at the stars and off across the valley. It's a beautiful view. So I'm going to get that done too. So my hobby is going to be the house and the garden.
Well, I hope you can find the peace that you're looking for there, man.
I'm looking for it, man. It's been fucking rough, and one of the things that kept me sane is you two bastards.
I'll listen to you. No, stop.
Oh,
yeah, it was in you the whole time, Jack. You just had to look for it. And,
yeah,
I think you're moving in the right direction with this move.
I hope so. I do.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the house that I'm in now ready for JT. So, and I gotta have the dirt floor cellar dug out, put a concrete slab in, and JT's gonna make a music studio in the basement, so he can do even more intros for us and stuff.
Oh, terrific! How far apart are the houses?
About 20 miles.
That's not bad at all.
I'm 7 miles where I'm at now, 7 miles east of Winchester, and I think it's about 5 miles west of Winchester where the new place is going to be.
And what kind of distance is it between you and JT right now?
120 miles.
Okay, that's going to be great. That's going to be great for to have your boy closer to you. By the way, your boy, he does a great job for us. And I listened to the song that he has on YouTube Music. It's a very cool ass song.
He's got several more. That's the first one he's gotten. It's on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube Music. Yeah, he's really proud of it, and I'm really proud of him. And
he should be. It's pretty cool.
So if y'all are looking for that online, it's the artist is 6 Foot Stump, spelled SIX, 6 Foot Stump, and the song's called Icarus. It's pretty fucking awesome. Give it a listen.
Nice. So okay, let's see. So okay. So let's see. Dani likes to watch TV and smoke weed. I like to smoke things and that aren't weed and grow tomatoes. And you like building houses and being a general hoe.
Hey, that works. Yeah,
that pretty much describes the cast here at Tales from the Crawlspace.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, so we managed to make it work. You're a great bunch of guys.
Fuck yeah.
Try to be.
Speaking of hoeing things out, I'm going to take this opportunity to let everybody know that we have a merch store set up with shirts, hoodies, hats, patches, and right now all the stuff that's purchased on the merch store, which you can get to from our website, tftc.wtf. If you go down to the drop-down menu, you'll see merch. All the profits go to Randy and his him fighting cancer. All the profits will go to Randy's GoFundMe. And there'll be a little ticker at the top of the merch page that shows how much we've raised so far. So, and very soon, if not tonight, hopefully tomorrow, there will also be Pest Control Humor Depot merch on that page.
And it'll be, because some of you folks have voiced some opinions about the original white oval PCHD Glove Up You Cheese Bags logo. You will have the options of ordering it with or without cheese.
That's right.
Yeah. And so, and there's something for everybody there. There's something for every budget on that store. So, we're not just asking you to give money to Randy. Get yourself something. Show your support for not just my buddy and our buddy Randy Strother, but for Tales from the Crawlspace and for Pest Control Humor Depot as well. Let them cheese bags know who you are.
Yeah, hell yeah, and it's great stuff. It's the shirts are that Gildan cotton shirts. We're going to have it with the emblem on the front or the small emblem on the front with the emblem on the back. Like I said, hats, patches, you name it. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to get it because they're made to order. But yeah, tftc.wtf, hit the drop-down menu, and you'll find the merch store. And you'll also find, if you just want to donate to Randy, which is fucking awesome, please do. You'll see where it says donations. If you go to that page, you'll see where we have the GoFundMe link and the picture of Randy and the picture and graphics for the page for his GoFundMe. And you can go directly to his GoFundMe from there and donate if you'd rather do that.
And if you don't make it to the store and you'd still like to make a donation, no matter how small, you can go directly to GoFundMe and just type in "cancer sucks, but Randy doesn't," and you'll find his pretty face there. And I talk to him every day, and words don't describe how grateful he is for every one of you who not only donate to him to his to help defray some of these costs that are coming with cancer. I mean, the guy doesn't have insurance, and so he's every little bit is going to help. But also the words of encouragement and support that you're giving him. I mean, it's nectar to him, and
oh God, yeah,
he loves it. He's having a rough go. He's on round 2 of his chemo, and he's fighting it. Some good news is his blood levels are looking good now, so that means the tumor is probably stopped bleeding on him. So which means it's probably in retreat. So
right.
We all know Randy Strother's a fighter, and this fight that he's in right now is no exception. And it looks like he might be getting the upper hand on it.
Hell yeah, Randy, kick the shit out of that stuff so you can come here on the show and do your victory lab. You can talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about on the show.
Amen.
It's the Randy's a Badass show, and that's going to be the name of the fucking episode, Randy's a Badass.
We love you, brother, and as I've always said, this show and every show is all for you.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Danny, you still with us?
I'm here.
Hi, Danny.
I just had myself muted. You all were just talking. I was just like, I don't know what them kids are talking about.
I didn't mean to take the show out from under you, Danny. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I don't mind.
Got any idea what we're going to do next week, guys and people?
Danny had a great idea about old school pest control, the history of pest control, the way things used to be done, which was, Brad, the way you and I probably did a lot of stuff before they started taking the good chemicals from us.
That's right. Yep. Back in the day.
My balls fell in the toilet again.
I didn't do nothing but chalk. Everything was chalk those days.
We
tried them out.
Then we go to the speakeasy.
Yeah, that's right. And we get rid of them, and it was 23 skidoo.
That's right.
Okay. That sounds like a great idea, and I also think a good idea might be let's open it up on PCHD. I know we got a lot of old fucks out there on the depot. Maybe they might have something they'd like to add.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear some old school stuff that the old guys used to do. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's my podcast way of saying we might not have a fucking show out of this. So help us out here, guys.
Sometimes we can do something. I think this was a good idea that Danny had, and I love the old school, the history of pest control that Danny's got. I think that's
absolutely. Yeah. So it'd be great to hear from you folks. So I'll pop something on there sometime this weekend, and we'll see what we can do to get some contribution.
All right. So as always, everybody, we're at Crawlspace Tales at Twitter, at TFT Podcast on Instagram, TFTC 2.0 on TikTok. Our website that has the merch and the donation page is www.tftc.wtf. What the fuck? And the best and most amazing place to find us is at the Pest Control Humor Depot page on Facebook.
My favorite place to be.
And our phone number?
Crap.
Turn, Danny.
I know. Hang on. Give me a minute. Damn.
I'm going to make him wait. I'm going to wait this time. I'm not giving him the number.
Well, I mean, I have it. All right. Somebody start music.
My
phone number for you, Brad. 571 8 8 52
Oh! I knew I forgot that tube of lube.
Someone got a dry knuckles. What happened?
That's right.
Damn.
Oh.
All right,
you know when she keeps sucking after you finished.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, everybody, for listening to us.
Yes. Everybody. Dani, would you like to do the final words that you came up with?
No.
Always got to find those too.
Did you forget again?
I did forget again.
I'll do it this time, and damn it, it's yours next time. All right,
Fucking
buddy. Everybody, bug off.
Bug off, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Tales from the Crawlspace podcast. You can find us on just about every single podcast outlet there is online. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll have a new episode next week. Don't forget, you can find us on Instagram at TFTC Podcast, on Twitter at Crawlspace Tales, and you can also find us on Facebook at the Pest Control Humor Depot. See you next week.